her a mic? Podcast. Who gave her a mic? Podcast. Who gave her a mic? Podcast. From reality to spilling the tea. Seriously, who gave her a mic?
Welcome back to Who Gave Her a Mic podcast. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Alex.
We're just two millennial moms who have too much to say about reality TV. Today we're covering Love Island USA Season 7, episodes 31 and 32. We're almost to the end.
Thank God.
My friend was like, when is the season finale? And I said, it was Sunday. And I said, she's like, oh, wow, that's really soon. I was like, not soon enough.
Oh, God. To be honest, I don't even think they could have kept the show running long enough. They would have lost so many viewers.
I mean, I feel like the mood changed with Cierra gone these two episodes, which kind of helped. It was fun. I mean, it was fun to watch. I was laughing, but I didn't feel like there was anything like, oh my God, what's going to happen next week?
The villain definitely seemed different without her there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Huda was more vocal, like laughing, and they were all playing jokes on each other. And
it made me think there's like other things that weren't like being seen, you know, a little bit like in the background. There's things we weren't.
I did see a clip of it was like Nic, Olandria, and Chelly, and they were like talking things, and she said to Olandria, "Speaking of you kissing other girls, got all our guys," or something like that, and then Olandria was like. I was like, I can't imagine what the mood is in there. I don't know. I don't know why the shift. Like, I wonder, what we're not seeing that will create such tension.
Well, her apology, I thought was just lame, and somebody put it in, which I didn't even know you could do, because I don't use ChatGPT. Never used it. I have no idea what, like, I just never have. I never needed to. I suppose. I have never needed to. I suppose so. But somebody put like, I don't know how they did this. Some of these people that like do this stuff, it amazes me. Like, and they're like, their job is like not even remotely close to what they're doing online. But they put her entire like thing that she had posted in her story. They put it on they put it and they asked ChatGPT if ChatGPT wrote this, and it was like 98% positive. Yeah, someone did like I thought I sent you the reel, maybe I didn't. But yeah, it was like
probably did. I saw you something come through.
Yeah, it was like 98% positive that it was written by ChatGPT. There was like a couple of like sentences that were like added, you know, like, I feel, you know, I'm really upset about this situation, blah blah blah. But don't act like you didn't know what it meant. You meant it in a bad way.
Didn't she say it twice or something? Like
what she said it in a post, which you know, it's so funny. So the post from, it looked like Instagram, like when it first came out, status, like her picture. So apparently that is not on her social media. Her friend had that and posted it to show how racist she was. So yeah, the other post was removed, but again was saved, obviously, and somebody released it because she did remove that post in 2024. But somebody had these pictures of her and posted it online. Had to be somebody that was close to her who, like, you know, you're not going to just influencer back then. You can just be keeping random things to people. So this guy was like doing stuff, and he's like, whoever that friend was is diabolical for not only posting the photos, but generating all the hate against her. So obviously that one friend did not like that she was getting super famous.
You need to leave, baby. Sorry, my son snuck in and was trying to climb around my equipment. The whole table almost went down.
No, I know. I saw that. I was like, oh my God, is there like an earthquake?
In Texas? I mean, you know what? These days in Texas, it wouldn't surprise me. Let's just say that. We've gotten some weird things. Anyway, yes, dear.
Are you done?
Yes. Sorry, back to where. So her friend posted, tagged her in it.
Yeah, no, I did. The friend, I don't know what friend, because they did it from like a those like fake accounts, like those bot accounts. They did it
Yeah.
from a fake account, but somebody was like, especially the one from way back in the day, someone's like, who would have had that? It had to have been someone close to her. But also, like, why would you keep that stuff on your friends? Like, that's real interesting. Like, you got
and
something messed up there.
to show that your friend is racist, like that's messed up.
Like, but what possessed you to keep that? That's where I'm confused. Like, people really be
That's
doing the
weird.
most sometimes. Yeah, it is. Like, I'm just like wondering what she did to that friend to make it get that far. Because what's funny is,
Or the friend
when I-
would have, well, not if it was one of those fake accounts, because if it was like if they were posting it, like trying to get clout, like I have this video.
no,
of,
because somebody suggested it was a friend because of how long ago the one post was. Someone's like, a friend had to have released that. But to me, it's like, what did you do to that person for them to keep something like that on you in case you were famous? Like, they obviously would have, you've probably been trying to build a following for a really long time, and you're just now like, I mean, obviously she had like almost close to 1 million followers.
Or she just is racist or says things like that often enough that someone was like, oh, I'm sure I've got a video somewhere of us hanging out, and finds it and like, look how, you guys want to. So
I mean, like, when I see someone's eyes like this, I think they're stoned because I was a stoner. So when I see someone's eyes like that, I go, are you stoned?
I saw somebody post, they were like, I didn't know what it meant, because I was reading the comments. Someone was like, I didn't know
what that means, though.
I don't know. I thought it meant like a cat eye. I don't know. I'm like trying to think of a situation that someone might know, but I don't know.
That word, that C word, like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm Mexican. Like, I like knew that was like a derogatory term. Probably because also too, like, if I was ever with my biological father, which was not a lot, we used to go over to his friend's house who was Filipino, and I know they used that term like a lot. Yeah. Again, they're part Asian, so to me it's like, again, it's really like a cultural thing. Like, people like within their own race, like, that's what I don't understand either. It's like, y'all want to keep calling each other that, and then somebody else says it, and you're like not cool with it. Not saying that. Well, it's like I get it, but I'm not sitting over here, calling myself a bean. Like, I don't like look in the mirror and go, I'm a bean. That's not what I say.
Yeah. Well, if you like think about, or maybe it's uncomparable, like back in the day when the blonde jokes were like, you're blonde, so you must be stupid, and so that was like to be like, oh, I'm just blonde. Again, not comparable because it's not racist or anything,
sometimes I'm blonde. Like, I think I what's funny too is like, especially like the girls who had like fake boobs with like blonde hair, and they were like not smart. You're horrible with the stereotypes.
You're not helping me. You're not helping us.
I know, right? Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I just what's crazy too is like, I was talking to A because he made me die this morning. He was like, because he knows that I'm good with like technology, but because I found all that stuff on K, but from the cheating and stuff. But that was, I mean, the lengths that you go to when you don't like somebody, I think is kind of like a testament as to why I thought that girl. It instantly made me think of that, because like, when somebody's doing you like wrong for some reason, I don't know if it's like a brain thing, like it's in your mind to do this, but like when somebody does you wrong, not now because I'm mature, but like back then, you like
anything.
Well, it's not even that. It's like you internally keep stuff. Like, when I initially found out he was cheating, I didn't say anything right away. Like, my first thought was to not say something. I did when I found a naked photo, and then he got better at like hiding certain things. Like, he was texting this girl off Skype. Like, I didn't even know you could text on Skype. You know what I mean? Like, it was like ridiculous. Like, like the ways that he was going about like texting this girl. But that's what's crazy is like, my brain told me to not say anything, but keep digging, keep looking for things, keep trying to find. And this was over a 2-year period.
2.5 years of doing this, being psychotic, because that is a psycho thing to do. Don't ever do that. Please leave. If you get to the point, like, I get it if you looked at the phone one time, but if you continuously stay with that person, you want to be toxic. Because I mean, like, I had a kid with him, and I really didn't want a broken home. But at that point, the relationship had already been done and gone. Like, we stopped sleeping together, like, for 2 years. Like, literally the second I found out I was cheating, done. I never slept with him again. So to me, it was like when I figured out when somebody made a video and said her friend released those, I thought, what did you do to that friend for her to keep this kind of thing on you?
Yeah.
Because, like, that's crazy. Like, Cierra must have obviously noticed that she wanted to be, like, famous, and she probably talked about it and did all these things. But, like, for a friend to keep something like that on you, where it was a snapshot
of the original video.
Exactly. Like, that's crazy. That's
It was
crazy.
a Snapchat?
No, it was like the first one from, like, a super long time ago. You could tell she obviously looks totally, like, young. Not that she's not young, but she looked like 18. You can tell it's a screenshot. Like, somebody took, like, from an old school phone. It was like the old school back when, like, the original iPhones came out. It was like maybe 2012-ish. I want to say like 2013, maybe even 2010. But it looked like that old. Like, the photo, the how Instagram layout was, it looked very old, but it was a screenshot. Because it was a screenshot. And so that's what's crazy to me, is that you piss someone off that much that they did that to you.
That changes to what I thought about what if she already was like that? But no, that's
I do think that she probably says that things a lot, just not like
realizing.
Posting them was crazy, but she probably does say that stuff in person. There's a lot of people I know that, like, say the N-word who are not Black, and they just because their friends say it so much that they just say it. And, like, I do understand, because when you're around someone enough, you end up kind of talking like they do. Not
for sure
always, but you start to pick up things. But I have noticed that they're never white. They're definitely, like, Mexican, or, like, they're halves. But it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you are around enough people, you start using. And that's why I think Yulissa, the way she said it was nowhere near as derogatory as what Cierra said. Yulissa said it in reference to her.
It was okay. Like, it wasn't.
No, not that it was okay.
Yeah. Well, like last time we had talked about the two variations. There's, like, the friendly and then the hard R, and she was in the friendly.
Yeah, she was using the friendly one. And she was obviously referring to a dude, and she obviously dates, that race, and they say it a lot, because I know T, when I'm with him, it's like every other word. So it's, and it's like, I mean, I don't repeat it, because I was with K for so long, and he had a friend who's from Africa. Like, he was born here, but his dad was, like, an African chief.
Nice.
I know. We actually went to his funerals for, like, not just like chiefs, but funerals for Africans. Like, beautiful, like, absolutely beautiful. They wear, like, colorful clothing, and they dance, and they celebrate life. They celebrate life. It's not a funeral, it's a celebration of life, which, like, I want people to do when I die, because I think that
they do that
phenomenal.
In New Orleans, don't they? Like a funeral procession.
No, they do. That's that was just, it was probably one of the coolest experience I had. Like, everyone was wearing a headdress, and they had all these, like, beautiful robes on. It was awesome. But yeah, I learned to never say the word. And K, he went to freshman. I know. I'm trying not to say names. He went to Gar High School in Artesia, which is predominantly like, Black and Mexican. He said he was, like, one of, like, the 10 white kids at his school.
Wow.
Yeah. So for him, it was like
like not white. Ours is predominantly white. We had
I know. That's what so I know. But it was like, we had, like, maybe, like, 20 Mexicans. Like,
it was so
It was so bad. We were, like, all white mainly. But it's okay. I'm Mexican. I can say Mexicans instead of Hispanic. But yeah, it was funny because
when when I was around him and stuff, it was just like, those words were never said, and he was around guys who said that constantly. So that's what I mean. It's like I really feel like it's people that you're around, and like if those are okay with it, then, and obviously the people that she was around were completely fine with whatever she was saying, because she's also friends with Brooke Schofield, and I guess I went down a rabbit hole of that one. I guess she's super racist. So yeah, like
Schofield. I've heard that name.
On like TikTok or something. There's a lot of people that talk about her. I don't really know what she's famous for. I just kind of went down like a racist rabbit hole for like a minute, because I was like, who is she friends with? And like, why are everyone comparing her to Brooke Schofield? And like, she's friends with her, blah, blah, blah. But like a lot of the chicks that she hangs out with are white and semi-racist. Like they say, I know everyone wants to say like, oh, if you like Trump, that you're a racist. But I think one of them is like for sure liberal and like said some questionable thing. Not that I really think it matters what party you're into, if you're racist or like if you say racist things.
You are. Just because you like, yeah.
I know. I'm like, that's just kind of how you are as a person. I don't swing either way. I'm in the middle, but I'm definitely not racist. So.
No, yeah.
But yeah, well, that's what I meant. Like
prejudice and something in a little in all of us. Like not that it's just a matter of who projects it or like is vocal about it or uses it in a negative,
And but it is, I mean, there is some like truth to it. Like my dad, my biological father, he was like, he went to like jail and stuff like that, but he was always like, you cannot date a black guy. You cannot date a black. Like he was so adamant, like I'll disown you, blah, 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 because in jail, like you're with your own people, whatever. And I think sometimes too, it is like families, like, and that's why when I see those videos of like, mixed couples and stuff like that, it bothers me when people go like, oh, if it was this race, you wouldn't stay. Or, oh, if it was this race, like, some black guys like white girls. And why is that a problem? You know what I mean? Like, why is that? I just I don't understand. Like, we can't win. It's like, what do y'all want? Can we just leave everyone alone? This is like goes back to what I was saying last time. Could everyone just like be cool and like not say something?
Like Rodney King, can't we all just get along? Yeah.
Yeah, though, for real. Like, I have a dream, and that dream is for everyone to just shut up and like just make cute animal videos. And I want to see dogs going crazy. And
it's like we all have to have some kind of common enemy. Like, why are we fighting amongst ourselves instead of fighting?
Like we all live in America. The economy is trash almost everywhere we're going, especially for like states like ours. And people are so worried about the presidency. I'm like, yeah, I'm more worried about our state. The fact that like gas is $7 a gallon some places, and that's a state thing. That has nothing to do with who's in office. That is strictly because we have somebody in office that probably shouldn't be, our governor, but we have him.
Yeah, for sure, because it's not that expensive here.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you guys, like, let's be realistic about our problems, because we need to be in the state. That's our problem.
Like, why do we have to fight against one another? Like, use that energy and fight.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, and the people that were tearing apart LA during the protests. Oh my God. Like, bro, why are you breaking into Apple? Come on. Like,
you have the right, but don't be stupid. Yeah.
Right. Don't be stupid. Like it's starting to make the younger generations not look so good.
Yeah. Some days I wonder, well, I don't know. I'm trying to enjoy my kids' adolescence. Well, I don't have to, like, the ignorance in adolescence, like, I don't have to explain all this. I mean, the government, I don't know. It's hard. It's like, I kind of have to, I don't though. Most of the time it's just like, they're just now discovering like the idea that people's skin tones are different, or that, like, or what that means, like my 5-year-old will notice it, but he doesn't he just is like, why is their skin color different? And then it's more of they explain melanin and all the biology, and he's like, okay, cool, whatever. Whereas my 8-year-old starting to understand that there's different races, and so I'm just trying to enjoy it when they're little, and I don't have to like have those conversations yet.
Yeah, well, I think what's great about B is that she's 6. She is, I will say, she's very. I think especially this past school year because we put her in that dual immersion, so she's primarily speaking Spanish. She is Mexican though, like she's Mexican. I'm Mexican. She's Mexican. Just because she don't look it is a different story.
Yeah.
But like because somebody in her class, she asked me and she said, "Mom," I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Somebody in my class said like." Like, why are you in this class? And she said that I'm white. And then Brooklyn told her, she was like, no, I'm Mexican. And the girl goes, but you look white. And then Brooklyn was like, do I look white? And I go, and it's hard to explain, but I told her, I said, well, okay. I said, yes, you are white. I said, but look at mom's color of her skin. I said, I'm darker, right? And she goes, yeah. And I go, that's because I'm half Mexican. I said, you're a quarter Mexican, but you are still Mexican. You might not have dark hair like me or dark eyes. I was like, but like, but you are still Mexican. I'm like, regardless. I said, sometimes when you grow up in an all Hispanic, household, they're all like my color. And I was like, but that doesn't make you any different just because, you're learning your own language. You should know a different language. That's, it's good for you to learn that. And I do think she is very smart. Like she will understand things. And she was like grasping what I said because I am dark. Like, I'm, you could tell that I'm I'm not white, but it is one of those things where, you do have to somewhat explain. And then what's crazy is I forget that, that my youngest is Japanese because because it's not like it wasn't as noticeable on my ex but his mom was Okinawan. His mom was half Okinawan. He was either half or full. I think she was full Okinawan because she really looked like it, but he was kind of racist because he grew up in jails and like prisons and stuff. And he looked white, so he had to be white, you know what I mean? So he kind of like had this like bad, but I think he was half. And so that would make not only is, she's white, but she's also Mexican and she's Japanese. So, and I forget that sometimes.
Like explaining, especially I think at her age, she would understand. Like you'd be like, well, my mom has blonde hair and my dad doesn't. And then when you have like they mix and then I have dark hair, but you have blonde hair because we still have those genes. Yeah.
Well, that's what I say to her too, because I'm like, grandma has blonde hair. Like she's white. I was like, but she's never met my dad. She's met my stepdad. My dad has never met my kid. Did I tell you that my biological father, this just goes to show you why certain people shouldn't be parents. He just last week asked what my youngest name was.
Oh my gosh.
She's a year and a half. She's over a year and a half old. He just asked what her name was. Then proceeded to tell me that he has a new girlfriend. My stepmom's been dead for 2 years. For 2 years. He let her die, by the way. And I was like, I almost didn't answer. I was like, because I didn't know a nice way.
Yeah.
But I was like, what? Like, but I told her, I'm like, you'll never meet him because he's not my dad. I said, grandpa's my, my dad, even though he's my stepdad, because obviously I don't look like him. I don't look like my brother, my half brother. And because Brooklyn was like, you don't look like Uncle Bucky. And because she couldn't say Bubby, so she says Buck. So now he's just honorary Bucky. But yeah, she's like, you don't look like Uncle Bucky, and I'm like, I know, because I'm not. Uncle Bucky's only half of me. He's half. And because she does ask these like intricate questions, and I'm like trying to explain them to her, and I'm just like, I hope you're.
Like, how do you like? I can explain it to you logically, or not logically, but like. Exactly, but you have to like think from their brain. You're like, well, how can I explain this without having to totally rock your world?
Well, and then on Mother's Day, we were at Disneyland, and my dad had a kid with this like 18-year-old when he was like in his 20s. Father of the year. And so I have a half brother. I have 2 half brothers, and I have a step one that I grew up with. But
my dad signed away his rights to that kid when he was 5 and I was 10. I tried to have a relationship with him, but the mom hated me for my dad choosing me, so she blocked any type of relationship I could have with him. But we did meet up like a couple of times, but obviously it's hard to have a relationship when you're this age, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we look very, very similar. Like, it's kind of when we stand next to each other, you can completely see that we're like related.
Right.
But on Mother's Day when we were at Disneyland, what's so crazy is Brooklyn was like, I want to sit down and eat popcorn. She never does that. She usually just is like cool sitting in the stroller and going. But I said, okay, like, let's go over here because there's shade. And then she had turned right, and I told her, no, go left, because I saw like an open table. That open table, I looked up and I saw my brother's kid sitting in a stroller, because I know what his kids look like. And I was like, I haven't seen him or talked to him in like a couple of years. And I was like Kyle? Like, I was like stunned, like absolutely stunned. And like his wife looked back at me. Obviously, he has no idea who I am. And I also like, I saw what I like looked like, and I was she was like, who the hell is this like woman? Like, knows my husband.
Yeah.
And I I said, Kyle. And then he looked up at me. He's like, oh my God. And we obviously gave each other a hug. And then I saw him again. Like, when I left, it was so weird. It like, that's why I truly believe like everything's meant to happen for a reason, and like coincidences are not coincidences. But Brooklyn literally goes, who is that? And I go, that's my brother. And she's like, but I thought Uncle Bucky was your brother. And I go, he is. You can have different brothers. I said, is that your sister? And I pointed to my youngest. Yeah. And she goes, yeah. I said, okay, well, if dad had another one, that would be your sister. Because she's still a part of you. And she's like, oh, so she's like, how many brothers do you have? And I go, 3. And she goes, this is too much. And then she like walked away. And I was just like,
well, that's what's like. I have 2 stepbrothers that like I don't have much relationship with. One of them, I don't think just by life choices, don't think I will anymore. And I don't ever talk about them to my kids, because I was like, I'll never see them again. And so, but like sometimes when I'm talking to like Mike about something in the past, and I'll mention like my brother, and then Wesley's like, I thought you had one brother. And I was like, well, I technically have stepbrothers. You know, Papa CJ has two sons. They don't live nearby. But like, yeah, they're always like, wait, like,
yeah, I know, I do that too. And she's like, who are you talking about? I'm like,
who? I've only ever met one.
I don't know if you'll ever meet them. So
never went down that road with you, because when you're older, we can talk about it. But like now, you know, you just don't worry about it. Just know. Yeah. Are you ready to dive into these 2 episodes?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay.
These 2 boring episodes.
I will say, even aside from the mood shift in the villa, I feel like I've been paying more attention to Ian Sterling's narrations.
Oh my God, I know.
He is killing me. Like, at the beginning of 1, he's talking about Olandria. I had to write it down because I was like, I choked.
He says wild things.
He's like,
have you seen what he looks like?
Yes, and it doesn't match.
No, it doesn't. And what was funny, I just saw a video of him today. I was dying. So he put a video up, and he's like, all these, you know, American girls are liking, you know, liking my commentary and like leaving comments on my thing. But what was so great was like, he's like, and then I realized, and then he put a picture of, you've seen Austin Powers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know the I'm gonna say FB. That's what he's called, FB. He's in it later. Yeah, okay. Yeah. He's like, this is what you guys think I look like. And now I can't unsee it though. Now every time he's gonna talk, I'm gonna think of that character.
I don't know, like, not that but it was like, you know, dirt disgusting like that he is.
No,
like,
I never thought
he was. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know.
I didn't really put a face to the. It kind of made me. Sometimes when people
see his picture, if you see his picture, his voice doesn't match his picture. I would say more than anything.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't.
Like, oh my gosh, that's him. And
well, this was the first time I had seen him, but I like when somebody is narrating, I don't really think about
what they look like.
Yeah, I don't really think about it's like you know, when I'm reading my books, I have the own voices in my head, which is why I don't like audio, because like
Yeah.
I like, you know what I mean, because I really sometimes I really don't like the voice actors. They just, it's cringe.
Oh yeah.
But that's why I was like, I never pictured what he looked like, but then when I saw what he looked like, I was like, that's also not what I would have
What I
pictured.
thought, like it didn't matter. Yeah, same. I was like, I never really imagined him, but like also that didn't work.
Oh my
I
god, there was this girl, I have to show you. She posted a video of her boyfriend doing his
Oh
commentary.
yes.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
something
That
about
was so spot on.
something about he was like going into the kitchen, wasn't he? And he was like,
Yeah. I haven't been on TikTok
you
really
say
today.
this?
Yeah, I haven't been on TikTok today because I was working.
It was really funny. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was enough that I thought it was Ian voicing over, and I was confused, and then I realized it was him.
Oh yeah, this. Oh damn! I have my
Headphones.
Yeah, well, I forgot to put it away, and then I have it sitting like legitimately right next to me.
Unfortunately, islanders can't use the hideaway.
It sounds.
Put it closer to the mic.
Well, spend much lighter since Cierra left. Yes, that's what happens when you kick out the racist. Huda said she's very emotionally mature for her age. While we're telling lies, I do believe Ace is 5'10". If there's one thing Pepe is going to do, it's fall head over heels for a broken-hearted white girl. Unfortunately.
I didn't realize like that I guess
sounds exactly like him. It's
Yeah.
scary.
Well, I saw him walking into the kitchen. I didn't watch the whole thing. I did see him walking in the kitchen, and I thought it was Ian. And then I realized that it was actually this guy. I was like, oh, that's funny. And then I scrolled.
Oh my god, I had to watch when he did it. I almost scrolled too, but then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to this because it was
Go back
I
to
like
doing
when
that.
people do impressions, but dude, his was so spot on. And then it was like then he was like making jokes, and then I thought it was just funny. But I
Yeah.
was just like, wow, like some
There's
people
the
are
guy
just
that does the Austin one too. Have you seen?
yeah, I've seen him.
I
Yeah.
can't do impressions, but like, yeah.
Yeah, what's weird is I really don't feel like Austin sounds like that. Honestly, Austin sounds like Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
No, I feel like he sounds. Where is he from? Not that it matters, but where is Austin?
Well, no, but we all know, like people think that even though we're from like America, we.
Oh, he's from Michigan. I would have thought he was from California because that's what he reminds me of. He reminds me of those like HB guys. Like,
Yeah, no, I feel you.
chilling.
That's what I hate. Everyone thinks we sound the same, and I'm like, nah, we definitely depends on what state you live in.
Yeah. So, but what he had said was he was talking about Olandria, and he goes, there's some Fruit Loops. She took some Fruit Loops she found, turned some Fruit Loops she found in the fridge into a fetching pair of earrings. Something about Fruit Loops under the fridge that she found, turned them into a fetching pair of earrings, and then it flashes to her, and she's got these like earrings with like there's like a red circle and a blue, but it looked like Fruit Loops, and I was like, oh my god, I nearly.
I'm wondering too if he like. Obviously, he has to be watching the episode before it's aired because I don't think he's doing the commentary live. But what's great is that like I wonder if it's scripted or he literally just does things off the rip and he's just watching the episode and then just recording different things of him saying stuff and then they
has
edit
to
it.
because there's another one later where Amaya and Brian in the hideaway, and he goes, Amaya, what are those things called? They have 4 legs and you sit on them. And then she goes, cheers. But the way she says cheers, she goes, chairs. And like it just, like, I'm pretty sure he's making, like, kind of riffing with these. Because he's like,
he's great.
funny,
I mean, like, I think
God.
the other narrator was okay. He's phenomenal.
I don't remember the other one, but sometimes I'm just like, that. To me, these 2 episodes, he really like killed it. I don't know if he's just bored because there's not much to talk about now. So he's just
probably.
But oh my gosh, I was paying more attention to that than anything. So, what do you think about the Nic and Olandria coupling.
That's all I have to say. It's so convenient.
It's just weird.
So convenient.
Well, and what kind of caught me in the beginning was Huda asked, like, it was right after the recoupling, and Huda asked her, she was like, "Are you like attracted to Nick? Like, is there attraction there? Like, is there something?" And then she gets like, and I don't like, I can never read Olandria. I'm like, are you being sarcastic or are you being nasty? Because sometimes she can kind of borderline the way she delivers her phrases. But she was like, "Well, I kissed him on the first date, so of course I'm attracted to him." And
That really don't mean anything. I'll be honest with you.
I was like, are you being defensive because you're worried that people are going to think it's fake and the fact that she asked, or are you just like being serious and just coming off as rude? You're coming off as rude, you know.
So I don't know if you saw this, but it was on Instagram, it was on Reels. A therapist was
I love when therapists.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She was watching the episodes and like commentating on the people and like what they meant, all that type of stuff, right?
Yeah.
She essentially said about Olandria that Olandria, you can tell that she's been through stuff and she has so many different defense mechanisms that like you don't know, because someone's like, I can never tell what Olandria is thinking. Like her face is so like
straight, yeah. And she said something about that
make any faces.
Well, remember when she got kicked out of Casa, and then she was like, they're like, it's okay, like you can cry or something. She's like, no, I gotta be like, someone has to be serious.
Yeah, she commented on that, and she said that obviously like she's built up these walls to not show emotion, like to not show emotion through, you know, whatever the case. She's like, she's not doing it for show. She's like, that's the way she's built. Like there are certain things I think that depending on the emotion, like, you know, this is a show and she probably compartmentalized that this is a show and there's no reason to be emotional. Like there's really just not. Because it's not like you guys aren't going to see each other on the outside. Like obviously, if you see all the evicted Islanders, they've all been to lunch together in LA. So
yeah,
I really
like, we'll find each other. She was like, it's okay.
Right, yeah.
What about Taylor? Like, it's okay. We'll find each other. She's always been so very. I don't want to use this term inappropriate or wrong, but blasé, is that the right word?
Oh, blasé. I wouldn't even say it's blasé. She's very, very rational. Like, except for when she did the crash out at the San Antonio.
Oh, that was totally.
But that made me think that therapist is right.
That she finally just cracked.
Yeah, and on like that. What's crazy to me is people don't understand that you cannot. And I think I learned this when I was with Kay, because I had bottled so much. Like, it doesn't matter what feeling it is, any type of negative feeling, hate, rage, eventually you crack, and it depends on how long you've been holding it in. Some people are really great at holding it in for a long time, but is really so unhealthy, because I think that's what she did. And obviously your emotions are already heightened there, but she just snapped, and then he ate her up with what he said, and then she just looked bad for doing that in the end result, because he was just like, I'm not here for your journey, I'm here for my own. It was like, ooh, you got burnt. And that's what happens sometimes, because instead of just saying how you felt to him earlier that day and kind of like hashing it out maybe a little bit more, you waited because you thought that, and I'm sure Chelly and Cierra were hyping her up to get it, you know, to do all these things.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's a sign of emotional
backfired.
maturity to be able to like bring it up too. Because like Mike and I have been learning how to do that. Like we both equally bottle things up enough to where it was like we just both just at the same time, and then we're like at it, and then it's like we kind of had to realize that you just bring it up a little sooner, like, hey, this is kind of bothering me. And then it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was bothering you. Let's fix it. And then you just dissipate. And then I don't think she has the maturity to do that yet. Communication's hard. It's hard. It's a hard skill to learn.
It is. Well, and two, I think like when you're comfortable with somebody, especially like in a marriage or when you've been with somebody very long term, it's just like you think that the other person should know what you're thinking and like just react the way they should be reacting on both ends.
Or be like, be able
I think that's where the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where the problem lies. Like, I'm sorry, but nobody can read your mind. Like, even when I watch my parents, and like I said, I know how much my dad adores the hell out of my mom, but like I can even tell like when she's hitting her like limit of tolerance for him being stupid. And it's like, and he doesn't clock it yet. But it is one of those things where it's like, even doesn't matter like how old you are, like you have to like, you can't just keep whatever you have in. If something's bothering you, just say it off the rip. Okay, maybe like don't say everything, because some things are like, minuscule. And that's what actually I've been learning with Kay.
Yeah.
Well, we like that's I think another big reason why Kay and I don't work is that we think wildly different and it doesn't work. You can think differently and it work, but you have to have really good communication. We don't. Yeah. What he thinks is stressful and like, I need to worry about this and that. I don't think it's stressful. Like I'm not going to worry about that out of sight of mind. But then
we have that problem too, where it's just like, why are you stressed about it? Because I just am.
Yeah, and you have to accept what that person is saying. And I think that Olandria, instead of just telling Taylor like, "Hey, you effed up, bro," like you're doing all these things, this person, you've only met her 3 days. And instead of him, and he could have just easily told her like, it's different and it is okay for it to be different. And I think all of the hate that they both got was so unnecessary. I actually felt genuinely bad for him. And I felt so bad for Clark. Oh my God. People were saying that she was a man online.
She what?
She was a man. People were saying she was a man online and that Taylor's gay.
Oh my God.
I know. I was like, bro,
this keeps getting worse and worse.
Oh, I know. This is by far like Love Island's gonna have to really figure out their casting next season. But yeah, I felt like so terrible for them because I'm like, because everyone like jumped on the bandwagon of Olandria. Taylor got so much hate for doing what you normally do on Love Island, which is
I agree. I feel like I don't remember. I feel like I was kind of saying the same thing from the get-jump. Like he was doing what he's supposed to be doing. It sucks that it affected her in the way it did. And it's shitty that she was there in the villa with him while he was having this experience, which I think added fuel to the fire. But
no, it did 100%.
I don't know what to make of the Nic and Olandria thing, because Nic keeps saying like, I've never felt it. How do you go
a big liar?
Yeah, and were you just never into Cierra? Because they had such a strong relationship. I thought they had such a strong relationship, and then they didn't just break up. She got kicked off, and now all of a sudden you're like, oh, I've never felt this way about Land. Just fake.
It was all fake. I really hope people don't vote for them. I think they really need to go. People are like, oh, Huda and Chris need to go after that one disagreement. But like I literally put on a post on Facebook under like somebody who posted her, and I'm like, guys, she's 24. Leave her alone. Like, what mature 24-year-old lets somebody else talk and doesn't interrupt them? Like, I did it when I was like, I feel like people are not like, hello, you were that age too. Don't tell me that you speak the way you do now, because that is nowhere near the truth. I know for sure I didn't talk like that. I was aggressive. I was combative. I was defensive, especially like when you've gone through enough things. And I don't know what relationship her and her baby daddy had. Obviously, she was somewhat traumatized given the whole like
or even with parents,
baby. The baby incident where she was like, "Oh my God, it's a fake baby, Huda. It's a fake baby."
Oh, I was gonna bring the babies. Yeah,
it was all right, Huda. It was okay. Baby.
I think she went a little hard on him. Let's jump into the babies. The babies came in the night, which I thought was funny because Huda was like back in the trenches. And they're all waking up. Like, just Taylor put the baby out of the basket by the foot. So the babies. I do think she was a little hard on Chris. But I also think like at the end of it, they do say if you failed or passed, which it's all in fun. But can you imagine the backlash she probably would have gotten from social media, from everybody, if she had failed the baby challenge, being a mom? So I think she's like trying to.
Oh no, I know.
Make sure that doesn't happen.
Overcompensate.
was off overbearing and like, you know, just don't do that. You have to hold it. It's all fun. But yeah, I think because she was a mom, I think she like was worried about. Maybe she wasn't. That's what came off to me. Like,
No, I get that. If I would have failed the mom challenge, I would have been mad.
Yeah,
As a mom,
and
I
I'm
would have
sure
been
the
like,
rest of the villa and everybody in America would have been like, "How do you fail a baby challenge? You're a mom. Like,
she must be a bad mom." Blah blah blah.
Exactly.
But I was like, Huda, please stop. This man has like none of these people have had children. You were young. Like, okay, yeah. But I will say though, her reaction to waking up was so real. Like when you hear a baby, you're like, because you go back. It doesn't matter how old your kid is. You still go back. Like the second you hear a baby crying, your mind goes like, what's happening? Like, where is it? Like, because you just.
With the conversation that she and Chris had when he was like, "Can I have a kiss?" And then he's like, "Well," she's like looking around, and I don't know if it was editing, but the baby cries right when he asks her, and then I was like, any mom there's two things, no matter your kid can be sitting in your lap, there's two things you're always gonna hear in your head too, no matter what: a baby crying and someone saying "mom," or any like young child saying "mom." Really. So when Ace and Chelly walked by and the baby was crying and he's like, "Can I have a kiss?" And she just turned and she turned back. But then again, later on, she says, "I was looking around to see who was there." So I don't know what to take of that. And I don't know if it was editing, but I
really think that, I feel like honestly, she's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. I feel really bad for her. Because I think she's getting judged so harshly, and I don't know what the other Islander. Obviously, the standing on business probably heavily affected her because I do feel like she was affectionate with Chris, and then after that, she kind of pulled back a little bit. Like she would hold his hand and stuff like that, but she didn't want to like show super PDA. But then another thing that bothered me was he was just like, "Oh, I can't have a kiss, I can't have a peck." There are some people who do not like public displays of affection.
I don't think it's a PDA. I think she's hiding under that guise, but I think for her, it's just she's so like.
I don't even think she's hiding about it. I don't even think she knows she's doing it.
Or I just think she's just worried about what everybody else is gonna think if they're making out. I love bombing him, or like, she's trying to like.
Well, someone was like, "Oh, well, you slept with two guys on the island." Blah. First of all, everyone be having sex.
Everyone. Oh my gosh, Pepe getting around.
Pepe definitely had sex with Iris, so why isn't he getting judged?
Yeah, and then the condoms are all
Well, but it's just like it's okay if she wants to be sexual with you in the bedroom. That is appropriate. Yeah, you don't need to be. And also, too, I've heard that production is really pissed with all of the PDA that the Islanders and all the sex and stuff like that. So I don't know how much of that had to play into it. I honestly feel bad for the girl because there's so many haters, and I feel like people are just either they're older or they're ignorant. Because I'm sorry, but when I was 24 years old, I was not speaking how I do now.
Yeah.
You don't, because you don't know, you're not mature. You don't know how to speak. Yeah, you don't know how to talk to somebody without, maybe coming off a tad aggressive. And she is defensive, and maybe I resonate with her a lot. Because I don't know why, but like my entire life, my family used to say that, like, "You're so defensive. You're so like always defensive," because I was always getting blamed for things. So my immediate response to you is to be defensive. Not now. Obviously, I'm like, I'm healed and stuff. But even Kevin used to do it too. He's like, "You're so defensive. You're so defensive." It's like, if I feel like someone's attacking me, my thing is to be defensive because I've been hurt. And that's my way of responding when somebody is attacking me, because my parents would be yelling at me, and it was a defense mechanism. Now, not,
when they approach the situation, there's ways to bring up an issue without thing.
And I don't think what he did was wrong.
No, I think, well, and she even opened up a little bit about the little things, like the yoga. She's like, "You didn't take my mat," or like, which I felt like she was tense. And then he was like, "Okay, his response, like, I can see where that was an issue. I'll fix that in the future." And I feel like I visibly saw her like relax a little, and she was like, "Oh, I brought up an issue. It wasn't a fight." I mean, because think about Jeremiah. He was like, "Are you serious? Are you serious?"
Yeah. I truly think she walked away when he when he was like, when she was interrupting too much, I truly think she walked away, which she shouldn't have. She did say okay and then walk away, which she shouldn't have done. But
Yeah.
if you're somebody that like you're about to explode, the best thing you can do in that situation is walk away. Because if she thought for whatever reason she was not going to act accordingly, then I think that she was absolutely justified in walking away. I do not think it was a bad thing to do on her part.
She could learn,
and she got so much hate for it. She got so much hate for walking away.
Well, because it comes off, it comes off
childish.
Yeah, and you can walk away and you can have time. I think in life you learn to say like, hey, I need a minute, like I need to process this, or I'm gonna say some things which Shelly did to Huda. She's like, I'm gonna say some things right now that I'm not in the
Well, Shelly's 27 years old. There again, it's an age thing. Like people don't want to admit it, but I'm sorry, 24-year-old mind is very different than a 27, 28-year-old. My 34-year-old mind was like Huda at 24.
Oh yeah. You've
been around toxicity and stuff, and
it's easy for people to sit behind the keyboard and the way someone's responding, and it's like,
God, I hate that so much.
Like, I bet you're not any better either, but I think I know a lot of people are against Huda and Chris, but I think they could go the distance. I think there's
really think they're the only ones that are realistic.
Yes, like they're not perfect. No couple's perfect. No one ever is perfect. There's some things that they could work on, but it seems like he is at a more mature level to meet her there, and as she gets comfortable with expressing her needs and everything without feeling like she's going to be attacked, she'll grow too. It's like a sorry.
I will say, Hannah came out and said that.
Sorry, I thought I kicked the cat.
You're good. Hannah ended up actually coming out and saying that Iris and Pepe were like really good friends in the island. They were bombshells together, and she said that.
Yeah.
They were, and that made me happy because it was like, I do feel like maybe they could be genuine. Do they deserve to win? No. But I do feel like they could end up being something a little bit more genuine because they
I could see it. I feel like I'm surprised at how quickly they moved, but they did mention that they never thought about exploring it because they both were bombshells together. So it's like that door.
Well, because I think when you're a bombshell, you're not supposed to go after the other bombshell. I think that was supposed to be like a thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because you're there to like tempt the other islanders. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I was happy that she said that, or not Hannah. Sorry. What? Oh my God, I forgot the other blonde girl's name.
Grayson,
thank you. She was the one that came out. She said that actually they were not Hannah, my bad. It was Grayson who came out and said they were actually really good friends, and it wasn't shown a lot, but they would be in like constant conversations and stuff. So they actually did have more of a friendship. And then obviously they just slept together. So that was interesting. Yeah, no one's hating on her for sleeping, but God forbid Huda sleeps with two dudes. Like, but there, it was so funny. So there was other people in the comments like, God forbid a girl sleeps next to a nice looking guy once sex, and I just started dying because it's like
two consenting adults,
Yeah, but like, come on, who cares? Like, are you guys really like? Please, y'all watch porn. Are you being for real right now? Like, they're bored. They literally have nothing else to do.
But I saw a previous clip of Love Island UK, and they were like, not like, sometimes like when you watch USA, you're kind of like, are they like? There's like a little like,
oh no, you can see it on there.
On UK, there's like full on, like you can tell, like, and like there's one of the guys was like making a commentary, and they're off to the races, and like they're all like.
My friend was commenting on that. He said Love Island UK is way worse. He's like, I don't even know why people even trip about people in the US. He's like they hardly even hide it in the UK. Like they don't even care. Like they'll be banging in the shower. You just be like, well, there we go.
Hey, there they go.
It was like, it made me think of did you watch Temptation Island?
Yeah.
Remember the scene where your homeboy's in the shower with the two girls and you hear the whap?
Well, in the hand, yeah.
You didn't really hear the wow, like
the
Oh my
obvious
God.
sound of lovemaking. You obviously hear
And
things.
they do that when they like turn the volume up so that you can hear that. So it's like,
Well, because they were trying to hear the conversation, and then you hear mama, and then you hear a pap, pap.
reminds me of The Office when they're kissing in the hallway, and she's like, I don't want them to hear, and he goes, that's okay. We can turn our microphones off. He goes, watch, because you could turn them all the way down, and then he gets really loud, and they're like, there, that's better. Like they went there.
I know, it's like, y'all have your mics on in there. Probably should have taken
Well,
them
that's the
off
point.
before you
Like
went in
he's,
there.
yeah, not the sharpest, but
Well, that's why they say they're not in the pool, or like they don't get filmed in the pool, because if they're like, if you had noticed, I think it was last episode,
Amaya
Iris
got
was in the
pulled.
pool, or no, not Iris, yeah, Amaya, she was in the pool, but she was wet. But apparently, like they have to have their mics on, so if they're gonna join in any conversation, they have to get out of the pool and put their mic on, but they can't swim with the mic in the pool, obviously. Which, how do
'Cause
you
I've
not
seen a
have
lot of people
waterproof?
asking? Yeah, why? I feel like that's like
Because it's too hot to handle. They're in the pool like a lot,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or am I
had to
tripping?
think. Yeah, no, they're in the pool.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm confused as to how.
At least like let them get in the pool, like
Well,
you know,
like
maybe
have them talk,
swim in that.
like have the microphone be like here while and have the conversation,
Well,
But
because
I
if you have
guess-
a lavalier thing, like they do, I don't know.
I don't know. I just feel like I feel like we've seen shows with people in pools and mics, and it's not a problem. So, but I guess they said that that's why they don't get filmed in the pool that much, is because
The mics. Don't work.
they're the mics don't work. So
325. Get some waterproof mics. Let those.
like they'll even say if people are having a conversation in the pool, production will make them get out
Oh my gosh.
and rehab the conversation. I will
Which
tell
I
you
guess
this though.
I wouldn't get in the pool then if I have to keep getting out and go.
I know. I will say my ADHD cannot continuously repeat conversation, so I probably wouldn't make it on Love Island. I'd be like, I'm done. Like I've just had this conversation. Like I'm done. Like go away from me.
Yeah. Well, back to the babies. The babies were killing me. I was like dying. I was like, totally reminds me of like something like the way they're all talking with the babies, and they're like, don't curse in front of my baby. My baby's going to be an Olympic track star. My baby's going to, like, it just reminds me of Mike and his friends when they were younger, like just total, like whose baby's going to be better. But, Ace and Chelly both said something interesting surrounding the babies, where Ace says that, like, he says, Shelly's a good mom and I'm a good dad. We just need to be a team, or we need to work together as a team, or like something along. We need to work on teamwork. And Shelly says the same thing. She's like,
Well,
"Oh, I would like to have."
so they
Well, did they fail
with the
I can't
right
remember.
person.
Yeah,
She
so
said
I'm like,
with the right person.
with the right partner. Yeah, and I'm like, isn't that the whole point of this? Like, all the other couples are like, "Oh, you'd be a good dad. I can't wait. Like this would be fun with you." But they're like,
Kids can make or break you. Like,
"Oh, for sure."
you think you think with your right person, and it's not. It's really not. Like,
very transparent. But it was shocking to me for them to say that now and like so be like locked in with each other. I don't know. That was one thing I took note of.
well, maybe it was an eye opener.
Yeah.
I don't know how it'd be to have twins though.
That would be hard.
Yeah, that would be very stressful. I mean, I'm very happy with the age gap. Like, if I didn't have my youngest, I would have only just had Brooklyn. I did not want to have another kid. I really didn't.
I wanted them to have a buddy, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know with you, right? Mine have a 5-year age gap. So there's no competing, there's no competition. So, and B loves being a big sister, even though she does get annoyed sometimes because E always wants to play with her and always do things and follow her. And Brooklyn will be like, I don't want to do this. And I'm like, Brooklyn, she doesn't understand. You're her favorite. Like, literally,
You're her person.
She is her favorite person.
Yeah.
All week I have to hear sissy, 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 because she wants to go see her. And she, especially because it gets closer to like tomorrow, that's all I hear while I'm at work. Sissy, sissy, because she knows that we'll see her on Saturday. But I'm just like, oh my, and I'm like, dude, you're her favorite person. I said, I know she's not that much fun right now because she's a baby. I was like, but you know, you're her sister. You're gonna be her favorite person, whether you like it or not. You know, so she's gonna learn from you.
I'm like, one day, like you guys, you're the only person in the whole world. They're always gonna be there. You hope, but they're gonna be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, wait,
but it's so true. Like I told Brooklyn, I said, I'm like, you know, because we had our kindergarten graduation. Why they do that, I have no idea. But they had their kindergarten graduation. They don't do it again until like 5th grade. But I told her, I said, you know, when you're at your 5th grade graduation, your sister's not going to even, because obviously I took her with me. I was like, your sister's not going to even be here. She's going to be in school. Because guess what? When you're in 5th grade, she's going to be in kindergarten. She's going to be at school. You know what I mean? I'm like, so, you know, cherish these moments that you have with her, because I know you're going to get older and it's not going to like matter as much. But I really do think that like, it's not always who you have like a kid with too. I think sometimes in your head, you think that person is a good person to have a kid with, but then you have that type of experience and you're like, because really that shows you a true partnership.
Well, and I feel like if they're already feeling this way, like that little baby experiment is nothing like the real baby. So yeah, if you're feeling that way around a fake baby,
I know they made them like cry a lot and stuff like that and be like really colicky, but I'm like, dude, that is nothing compared to an actual baby. You could technically just chuck that thing off the side of the roof. You really got like that annoyed, or you know, off the island. If you got that,
I was like, hold on.
No, not the baby, not the baby. I meant like the fake baby. But in real life, you know, you have to hold the head, and that lasts for a few months, and you're constantly changing. You're sleep deprived. I mean,
15 times a day, and
you're constantly, if they're, because I couldn't breastfeed, constantly making bottles, which is in and of itself tiring. If you push them out and you got to get stitches, or if you have a C-section, all of those things like play into a factor. And it's just like, if you guys can't handle that now, it's a fake baby. I mean, I know it's twins. Like, oh my God.
Back in here again. Hey, can you go, babes? I'm almost done. Okay.
He loves you so much.
Oh my gosh. I'm like trying, like, I try to like.
I cannot say inappropriate words.
But like, babes, I need you to go. Where's your dad? The realities of parenting right here.
I know, right? It's so real. Thankfully, mine goes to sleep at 5.
The lock on the door. They should be getting ready for bed, but that's okay. Regular mom, I'm a cool mom. I'm a real person. I heard my kids watching my podcast.
Your kids want you. That is a good thing.
Oh my goodness.
Don't want you. That's when you're like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, when this one especially, like he's my mama's boy, and like if he's quiet upstairs or he's into something. Even now,
I feel like it's a younger sibling thing.
Yeah. Well, and that's like we always like split it. So Mike always took my older one everywhere, and I stayed because I was breastfeeding, so I stayed home. I just naturally had the baby all the time, and it just kind of developed into that.
Well, even like I feel like my mom is a lot different with my brother. I mean, we have a 12-year age gap, but he's still like a baby. Like she still treats him like a baby. She sends him cookies. Like she won't even send me cookies. I've asked her several times. To send me her cookies, and she doesn't do it, but she sends them all the way to North Dakota, which is not fair.
You send them, you're down. Oh, well, I guess no, you're 2 states away, but still, yeah, you're closer.
Closer. I'm closer than my brother, but yeah, I really think it's like a younger sibling thing where they sometimes tend to be closer to the mom. Not, I mean, I won't say always, because I do feel like because Brooklyn doesn't always see me throughout the week, so I definitely think she's more attached to me when she does see me. But I do think it's a second sibling thing where for some reason it's like you're more attached to your mom than you are your dad, and I'm the oldest.
So Wesley was 2.5 when Emmett was born, so I kind of had to he went from being the only one to now I had to split my time, so we kind of separated there, where I haven't had to do that with him with Emmett because I never had another one. And So, and Wesley won't hold my hand anymore. He's too cool to hold my hand. So I try to like embrace and enjoy the clinginess of my younger one, but at the same time, I'm like, can I just have an hour to just record?
Right.
Love you, but yes, I'm almost done. Also, where's your dad?
Yeah. Also, excuse me, do I need to make a phone call?
Well, I'll be like, I tried to text earlier, like help, but as long as he doesn't knock, yeah,
SOS.
it's fine.
Well, I know he was behind you when your screen shook. I was like, oh.
Yeah, well, the cord to the camera is running back there, and he was trying to climb or like walk, but there's like a lot of cords, so he's like trying to like what is it, Mission Impossible his way through, and I'm just like, oh, you're gonna pull something, and then it's gonna be over. And the cord, the camera's
mad if you break something.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm like, I love you, but not right now. I love you right now, but just anyway.
Yeah.
So then the Islanders get to go to the hideaway. They get to pick somebody to go to the hideaway, which I saw a lot of backlash that it was Amaya and Brian and not Shelly and Ace. Which
Ace is the one that suggested them.
Yeah, they all jumped up quickly and were like,
not even that. Ace jumped up faster than anyone. Was like,
and I wonder why.
Honestly, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I think it's because after that challenge, him and Chelly were like not
together. Oh, yeah. Like we're not gonna go in there and get down to pound.
Well, because you know what you got to do in there. Like production's you got to like spice it up a little bit. You got to wear lingerie, and I don't think he wanted to deal with all that.
She didn't have lingerie, right? I was the whole time because she was like, I need lingerie. Does someone have lingerie?
They have shared lingerie or whatever, or like the
the
shared dressing.
I was like,
room.
Did she just borrow someone's lingerie? Like,
I know she does. I know they do borrow like other people's clothing, so she could have. I honestly thought what she wore was really conservative compared to what I've seen previously. So,
I told you, it's only a matter of time.
I was like, oh, there's a cat there.
Would like to lay right there, which I guess is fine. Just,
I mean, yeah, she can. I mean, it's no harm.
Miss ma'am. Until she starts climbing the shelves.
She could be yeah. But that one you might want to, because you're potted plant.
Yeah. I'm nervous. Although they like this thing. I used to have this thing downstairs.
I could see her in the background. So
I could see her too. That's why I'm like watching it. But anyway.
Honestly, I didn't mind them being in there. I mean, to be honest with you, I was like, who y'all gonna even choose anyway? It seemed like it was fair. I also think too, like Amaya was America's favorite, so I think that could have been like a play for Ace, kind of.
Yeah, like I'm pushing. I was kind of like spent the whole time like I felt like I couldn't get a read on Brian because Amaya was like talking about how great it was, and he was just like yeah, and I'm like, is he into her or is he? I mean,
nope.
I know I can see her. Anybody listening on the podcast is probably like my cat behind me trying to climb the shelves. Get down, man.
She's like, let me see if I can get up here. This looks like a nice shelf to drop
they
things
love to climb. Well, they're cats. They love to climb. But yeah. Oh my gosh. You're going to have to leave the room, dear. I know. Lay down. But I can't get a read on Brian. I can't tell if he's into Amaya. I can't
either. I'm with you.
I'm like,
I mean, you slept with her.
Get it in. Well, wouldn't you? I mean,
yes. I mean, that's the thing too. Is like, again, that goes back to what I legitimately said yesterday, or not yesterday. What I said the other day when I was like, just having sex with someone is not going to automatically make them want you. Like, guys are going to have sex with mostly any girl. I mean,
you're put in a room with a hot chick that's set up for that. DTF, like, wouldn't you?
She's telling you to bite her nipples. Like, wait, I mean, like, what?
Oh, is that what she was talking about? Because I was like in my head, I'm like, because I thought of that, and then I was like, that's brutal.
Yeah, she said, bite them, baby. She said, bite them, baby. Yeah. Okay. I was like, whoa, that was graphic.
Go for it. You go for it. All right, and then we've got, I think the last thing we should talk about is Clark and Taylor. And They're gone.
Mhm.
Voted off the island. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye. If you do not know that reference, you are not our age.
I thought that the cheer was cute. Like, give me a C. Give me an L.
Oh boy.
I thought it was cute. I thought it was
You know
cute.
what's so oh my god, what someone did was so diabolical. They put Taylor and like they took a picture of like the scene of like them, him like asking him to be her girlfriend.
the
And then they
wedding
put
one?
Olandria as like the priest or like the
Yeah, she was right there the whole time. I was like, what a spot. What a
That's what I
spot.
mean. She doesn't have any faces. Like, I'm sorry, but like sometimes I'm like, I'm making a face because I have facial expressions, but like she was not making, and I feel like that's
She's a little
scarier
fine.
sometimes. Yeah, like how do you not make a face at that? Like he did it. They were all cheerleading. Oh, but you know what? Okay, I want to say something. So you know how Ace was on the far end,
See?
like on the left. You know how he was
Yeah.
like he was next to Pepe, right? I took a
Mhm.
picture and I sent it to A, and I was like, "How tall do you think this guy is?"
Yeah.
And
There's-
I said the guy next to him is 6'3" because Pepe is 6'3". I was like,
Okay.
"How tall do you think he is?" And he like didn't respond obviously right away, and then he goes 5'10", and I was like, "How do you know that?" And he was like, "Based on what you told me," and he's like, "I know how tall I am." He's like, and he seems like he's 2 inches taller than me. And I'm like, because A is 5'8". And I
Mhm.
was like, he always makes the comment he's just above
Short king.
short king syndrome, which makes me laugh, which is hilarious because he's so calm. He's like the calmest person ever. So it does make sense when he says it makes sense. But he said he's like, yeah, he's 5'10", which I don't think he's 5'6". Ace is not that short because
I don't think
Taylor.
he's 5'6".
No, I think he is 5'10" though, because Taylor is 6'1", and when they stand next to each other, they
Easy.
do. I think so. Yeah, I would have to look it up again, but they do. He only looks a few inches shorter than him, which it would match if Taylor's 6'1" and Ace was 5'10". Like Ace is gonna get like when he gets out of the villa, he's gonna get. I swear to God, he's gonna release this like video about his height. But yeah, Taylor's supposedly 6'1", and if he is, then that 3-inch height difference is valid because I really
he's right in his neck. Yeah.
right, yeah, he's not. I feel like just because he's around dudes that are like
You
most
gotta
of those
remember,
guys are
they're
6'3" and
so
above.
tall.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
of those guys are 6'3", and I'm like, yeah, if you're 5'10", you're standing around a bunch of like big ass dudes. You're gonna look short because A said the same thing. He's like, I've had friends who were like really tall, and when I stand next to them, he's like, I feel like a little kid. That's what he said, and it made me think when Ace is standing around those guys, and he looks like a little kid.
Little. That's what I'm saying, like that Darren Sproles thing in the huddle, and you're like, wow, I'm 6'6", 5'6". Like that is really telling how short
Yeah,
I am.
but I really think he's 5'10". I don't think
I
that
can agree. I was just looking at that picture, and I was like, he's not like he's in like when they're fighting.
They
he's
do
definitely
him dirty in the edits for sure. Production, like somebody said somebody made me die when they were at like one of the recouples. They were like, they're like, why does production keep making him stand next to Chris? And then
or the shot that they gave him at the when they were sitting at that table, and you can see his feet. Yeah, compared to poor guy.
Oh, I'm like, come on, guys! Like, dude, the dude is not that short. Like, come on. He's obviously Chelly. I think even says she's 5'6". You can clearly see that Ace is taller than her. Like,
yeah.
Oh no, Chelly was like 5'4", 5'5". But regardless, you can definitely see that he's more than a few inches taller than her. Yeah, like come on. And she's wearing heels 90% of the time. But if you see them walking barefoot, like if she's barefoot and he is too, he's clearly taller than her. I feel like most of these people, like you can see the chicks' heels. All of them are wearing like 4 or 5 inch heels. I don't know how, because I would fall right on my face.
Somebody was commenting about how like Iris was barefoot, and they're like, there's like a picture of her with a little tree, and they're like, "Should you walk around the villa barefoot?" I'm like, I feel like I would. I'm at the pool. I can't imagine walking around in those heels all day long.
Yeah, no, I'd be barefoot. I don't wear heels, ever.
And then I would in
I'm
my
not
bathing
doing it.
suit. I'm gonna be comfortable.
Hell no, I ain't doing it in my bathing suit at all. You're gonna see me wearing Hey Dudes because they're comfortable, and that's the only brand I like right now. It's Hey Dudes.
I got my rainbows, my flip flops if you need me, and shoes. Yeah.
I love Hey Dudes. They're $50 even for the sandals, but they're beyond comfortable. Like I've worn them to Disneyland and my feet don't even hurt.
Ooh, that's a good tell. Because
Yeah. Right? I won't wear sandals to Disneyland. That's diabolical. You're just asking for problems. When I see people wearing sandals, I'm like, you're not from here.
Well, I've done it before, but I was only there for like an hour or two.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, if you look like you've
Like
been there all day,
yeah,
that's crazy work to me. I've seen chicks in heels at Disneyland. What are you look?
Me?
Oh,
I was looking at. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, the like the hairball.
There's a thing that the cats, like from ages kitten to 3, they're like pterodactyls, and then after that, or not pterodactyls, velociraptors, and then after they're like chill. They're only a year old, so we're definitely in the velociraptor age and the chewing on everything age.
Oh, they're still kittens.
Oh my, yeah, they're still kittens. Yeah,
they're like puppies. They're
like,
in adolescence.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I got sucked into these kittens. My friend had barn kittens. I was like, my kids. Yeah,
I want a cat when I have my own place. I know I'm allergic, so I'd have to like do that correctly. But yeah, I mean, I love cats. I adore cats. They're so awesome. But right now I'm allergic, and I remember I got scratched one time when I was like 17. Oh no! Like my arm like blew up like a balloon. I had to take like 3 or 4 antihistamines to like get it to go down. Yeah, like I was like ridiculously like, it was like one of the first times I had been exposed to being allergic to cats. I never was when I was a kid, and it developed as I got older because my mom and my grandma are both allergic to cats, even though my grandma had one for 20 years.
My mom's allergic.
But I didn't develop it, and then I ended up developing it to my late teen years. And I was at a friend's house and I was petting her cat, and her cat accidentally scratched me. Didn't think of it, and then I was going home and my eyes were just like everything was, I could barely see. I'm like, what? And I was like breathing weird, and I was like, what is happening? And then I looked down my arm and it was swollen. I was like, what is happening? And my mom was like, oh, you're allergic. Like, were you around a cat? Like, what scratched you? And I said, a cat. And my mom was like, you're allergic. And then I was like, I just took like 4 antihistamines, like Benadryls, and I passed out. And then when I woke up,
that's like the way that everybody finds out they're allergic to cats. It's the same thing for me. I was playing with my neighbor's cat, and then all of a sudden it was just like my face. And they're like,
yeah, dude, it is. It's real because you don't know. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Anyway, well, do you have anything that you want to add?
No, I think just getting the rest of the season over, and then I'm just stoked to start the other show.
3 more episodes. Yeah, Beyond the. Okay. Oh, speaking of Beyond the Villa, I saw something today that kind of makes me wonder what happened or what's going to happen or. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I saw. Come get this cat. Okay. Something. So it was all this Beyond the Villa cast was at the viewing, but Aaron wasn't there, and like the caption even said everybody here, but except for Aaron. And I saw 2 different things. I saw one that said that Aaron couldn't get his visa approved to come out for the viewing or the preview part of whatever they were doing. And then another thing I saw was that he didn't want to, and that he got into a fight with producers, and that he's not going to show up for season 2. So like, I don't know what happened. Thank you. Over here. So I don't know if it happened. I don't know if it's bad in the show. I don't know if he really just couldn't get his visa and didn't want to come out.
Well, I would say some of the previews didn't look great.
I feel really bad. I know he kind of, it was like he had a bad edit. I wouldn't say he had a bad edit. I want to say bad edit. Some things happened in the last season with Kaylor that were probably not the best.
Will, again, that really comes back to like maturity and just not being a scumbag.
I just don't want him to be turned into a villain because I don't think that's fair.
No, I don't think we should turn any of these people into villains because guess what? They're all human. Guess what? Regular people's boyfriends and husbands cheat. Like that is a real thing. It happens. People are toxic. People get into arguments. They fight. It doesn't matter. Whether you're friends or you're with that person. Like so to me, I really hope we stop villainizing people because I feel like if we don't, we're not going to get these shows anymore. They're going to pull the reality shows because this is why people kill themselves. Like, because they're so, the keyboard warriors, you gotta say something. It's like, no, whatever happened to you, if you have nothing nice to say, do not say it at all. Like, that's where I feel like this generation is not raised how we were. And that's why I'm trying so hard to raise my kids how we were, because I feel like this generation is not being told these things that we were told when we were kids, like respecting your elders. And if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it, because guess what? You don't know if that like person's having a hard time. Like, and it goes back to when I was bullied, when I was in elementary school, because I was only bullied in elementary school. It's not like that makes it any better. But I was only bullied in elementary school. And it was when I moved here to Huntington, or I don't live in Huntington now. It was when I moved to Huntington, my parents' genius idea to move me, because my dad was a piece of shit, moved me in the middle of 4th grade year. So we moved in the middle of a school year. My brother, the one that you thought I was referring to, he got to stay at our old school because his mom, even though she was also a piece of shit, she despised my stepdad, so she let him still go to school there. So in the middle of the school year, I come in and I'm wearing my leopard jacket that I was obsessed with, and it was like a full-on leather jacket. I think I got it from like Burlington or something.
Cool.
And I remember this. I'll never forget her. Her name, I won't say her full name. I was about to. Her name was Hannah, and she was possibly the worst human being in the world at the time. That I thought.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the end, and mind you, this girl wrote me a letter in the 5th grade that said that I was ugly and I never have a boyfriend. 10 years old saying that. Like, you got just serious problems, And I came home crying every day from school, and all my mom said was that, oh, she's just jealous because you're too pretty. A 10-year-old doesn't understand that.
No.
You know what I mean?
I understand an adult.
But I will say this girl was razor thin. She was very, very thin. Had like a bob haircut, and and then 5th grade graduation, when they did this like carnival thing, because I went to Hopeview, when they did this like carnival thing, I saw her mom and her like 11 other sisters. They not only did they all look alike in size, the mom was the opposite size. Yeah. And I was like,
what was going on.
Are you starving them? Like, are you starving them, beating them?
Yeah. Or her sisters make fun of, like, hurt people. Like, these kids don't learn to be a bully out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's what makes you think, like, in my home life, I'm not going to say that it was ever like great when I was growing up, because it was not. But in that moment as a kid, it's like, I can see why you're being mean. Mm-hmm. I think she was the youngest too. just given size of all the sisters. But I'm sorry to have like 10 other sisters, and they were
That's
all
crazy.
wearing the same outfit. They were all wearing pink tops with blue jeans. I would like these things. I don't think I'll ever forget until I'm like old, because it's it was one of those bad like trauma memories. You know, like have you ever watched Inside Out? You know, when that's a core memory.
Yeah,
She
core
was a
memory,
core
yeah.
memory. Yeah, she was a bad core memory. But then like seeing that, I think made me feel like there are like other things that are involved in somebody else's life where you don't know what's going on, and you
Yeah.
shouldn't hate on them, or like they weren't taught properly. You know, like some people go, oh, you must have been born with the silver spoon in your mouth. But, you know, like some of the kids we grew up in with Huntington, they definitely acted like D-bags,
Oh,
both
yeah.
men and girls alike, because they're, you know, we had kids at our school that drove Mercedes and Hummers to school. Like that wasn't
true.
everybody though.
We weren't even like the posh school of the city, which is crazy to me. So, you know,
No,
like,
yeah, Huntington was far worse. Huntington
Yeah.
was far worse. We were the drug school, but which is I never even did any drugs in high school, but we were named that. But that's what I think is funny is like you know, everyone wants to hate, but it's like you all forget that we were those ages and we made those mistakes, and unless you realize that how you're being, you don't grow. Like if somebody doesn't tell you like how you're acting, and it does seem like a couple of the times when Kaylor is like yelling at him, he's so frustrated, he doesn't know what to do. And I really feel like that's somebody that obviously has a really hard time like not
well, you kind of have the same like deer in headlights look too in the villa when they used to get into it. So like I don't know what's going
well, especially
on.
if you haven't been around people like yelling a lot or like who are very emotional. If you have somebody that's more, or if you have parents that are maybe more rational, which I do think when you're born like in the UK, you know, or overseas when you're not like from here, I do feel like cultural differences from, you know, where you live is also a very big thing too. We're very dramatic over here. We're very loud. We're very expressive. Because I don't want to say the wrong word. We're very expressive, and I know I'm like I want to be careful here about what the words I use. Well, I mean, you know, I used to be dramatic. I still am sometimes. I mean, I'll over exaggerate, but
Yeah.
I really feel like that's age. I mean, like they're still in their 20s. Those guys, they're not in their 30s. They're
Yeah,
in their, you know, they're in their
last
high 20s.
Yeah.
But, you know, again, you're,
And I'm sure there's a level of production involvement in a lot
Yes.
of their conversations and the things that, and you know, so I'm curious to
it's
see. I mean,
reality TV, guys.
yeah, and we're only seeing snippets that are edited upon edited, like put together to make it look like something. So who knows? Like just think about it, even with Love Island, where they made the preview made us think that Nick tries to square up with Elon. Like I want to put my, you know, gloves on and fight you, but that wasn't.
I really
happened.
feel like they had to do extra for this season because it was so bad. But that's where you get people that like watching Big Brother and Survivor, because yes, it's edited, but they're real conversations. They're not editing the conversations. They're showing you all the genuine shit. And it's like if this keeps happening, they're gonna pull things from the show. Like Love is Blind's getting attacked for not feeding their people and just giving them alcohol, and they're getting sued for that. And then like, you know, and it's just like it's crazy.
Who did anyone?
Like all you got, like Too Hot to Handle at this point is by far my favorite, because for some reason it's like the only show that seems rational to people.
When's
but
the next
what Too Hot to Handle?
One?
I don't think they have yet, because Perfect Match is supposed to come out. I know they have another season coming out, but usually it's towards the end of the year. I always remember Too Hot to Handle being like September, October.
I saw something like that. Yeah.
Because I know Perfect Match is coming out soon.
I do cover Perfect Match, depending on
how
down
for that one.
Beyond the Villa goes. Especially,
I feel like Beyond the Villa is going to be like a 1 week thing. I really don't feel like it's going to be a lot.
Oh yeah, they're saying that it's going to air on Sunday, and then now it's going to be on Tuesdays, I think.
First they just speed the hell out of this show up. Like, I mean, y'all could keep them on the island for 6 weeks and just show us an episode or two like every week, but y'all do it like every single day is crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having some free time back. A little bit. You know, it's just sad because like I really enjoyed last season, and it was like I enjoyed past seasons, and so it's fun, and you're like, oh, when the next episode's on. But now it's like, oh.
I know last season, if we had done a podcast, that would have been like phenomenal because there was so much going on.
So much. Yeah. I am curious to see who goes home tonight because I really don't know anymore.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But that's pretty much all I really care about. And who wins.
Yep.
So that's all I got. Do you got anything?
No, that's it.
Alrighty. I guess we will catch you on the next one. Like and subscribe and share if you enjoy the vibes. And we'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. What does we used to do?
Gave her a bite from reality to spilling the tea. Seriously, like, what the fudge? She's got no credentials. She doesn't even go to this school. Is no one seriously gonna take it away from her? Oh my God, no. Just gotta sit here and pretend that this normal. I guess this is just the end of